welcome to the Puck Drops Here podcast. I'm your host, John Crawford, along with my brother Howie, here for our final episode of the season of the Puck Drops Here podcast, episode number 43. Howie, welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning. It is our final episode of the season.
That it is. Apologize for my disheveled look, I suppose. my distressed look.
Yeah, it's all that Stanley Cup partying you've been doing.
No, I got a lot of crap going on right now. A lot of stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
I got stuff going on with the boy, and I got stuff going on with the mortgage thing that I got going, and possibly a new work thing going on tomorrow. I got a lot of stuff going right now.
Wow, cool. And then possibly another family member, you said. You sent me a picture.
Yeah. And possibly a new family member.
Wow. I see our producer back there.
Yeah, this is. I'll share my new family member possibly.
Okay.
So, more than likely, there's a 99.9% chance he's going to be a new family member.
Okay.
But he won't be coming to the family until probably like August. Is when he'll be actually ready to come home.
Right.
That's him.
Yeah. Wow. Look at that. And it's a male.
Yeah, it's a male. And he already earned his name because when I first saw him, a couple of my coworkers saw him, mentioned it right away, and then Bren, when I texted him a picture, also mentioned it. It looked like a little bear cub.
Yeah.
So he's gonna pick up the name Mishka.
Mishka.
It's little bear in Russian.
Okay. Mishka. All right. Cool. I see you have your Toronto Maple Leafs cup ready to go.
Yeah.
Do you have any hockey news?
Actually, yeah. I the only hockey news that I have actually, which I actually tweeted, was that there is already, which is to me is way early because you still got the free agency draft or the free agency market going on starting July 1 of the draft, but they've already come out with Vegas odds for next season's Stanley Cup.
Really?
Yeah, I tweeted out for all the teams. And your Los Angeles Kings and my Minnesota Wild are both sitting at 14-1 odds currently.
Really? Mm.
Which is at the topper end of the spectrum, so I'm happy with them.
Yeah.
Arizona, I believe, was 100-1.
Wow. Will there be in Arizona next year?
I think for next season, yeah, there will be in Arizona.
Mm.
Question is, after that, will there be in Arizona?
Right.
And I would probably guess, I'd probably put odds on it. Oh, I don't know, 4-1 or 3-2 that there will not be an Arizona team.
Mm. Interesting.
Somewhere in that area, I would suggest.
Well, the only thing I had was the Blackhawks probably already wrapping up their parade right now. It was on NHL Network.
Yeah, and congratulations to them.
Yep, congrats to the Chicago. Well, wait a minute. Maybe we need to congratulate somebody else other than the Blackhawks, because if you read the papers when they all came out yesterday morning, congratulating Chicago, the Korea Times, I think, had this right. Or I don't know if they had it right.
The Korea Times?
Yeah. I'm going to show you what they had as their headlines.
Okay.
On who clinched the Stanley Cup.
Oh,
Okay.
I love it.
Yeah.
You got to
So
you need to take a picture of that and tweet that one out because that's too
okay.
good.
So the Chicago Bears clinched the Stanley Cup. I'm not sure if Coach Ditka lifted the cup or not. I didn't read the whole
so
article here.
so with the talk of him being a dynasty, are they going to do a like a uh, to make it correctly? Are they going to do a Black Hawk Shuffle music video like the Bears did?
I don't know. According to the Korea Times, I think the Chicago Bears will be doing it again because they
Chicago Bears.
they
Take
have
take a
clinched the
take
Stanley
a
Cup.
picture of that and tweet it because that is just a class. Do not throw that away. Whatever you do.
I've got it. I've got it.
Do you have a scanner?
Yeah.
Scan that for me and send me a copy because I
It's
want
on the
that.
internet. You can get it anywhere. Just go out
Oh,
there
is
and
that?
grab it. Yeah.
I'll have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's just.
Is that nice or what?
Oh, that's from the internet. Okay, I thought you actually had the paper there. Chicago Bears clinch Stanley Cup.
Isn't that
That
awesome?
is just awesome.
Yeah. That's it.
That
So there you
is
go.
awesome.
Congratulations to the Chicago Bears.
But I want to see the Blackhawks doing this.
There you go. Okay, we've seen enough of that.
This is, I can't even say it.
Is that awesome or what?
Chicago Bears win Stanley Cup.
No, they clinched it. The Chicago Bears clinched Stanley Cup.
I wonder, can I just Google just Chicago Bears Stanley Cup and that'll pop up?
No, just put in Korea Times and that'll come up. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about the Stanley Cup. Congratulations to the Chicago Blackhawks for their win of the Stanley Cup. They did it in 6 games. All the games were really tight. It was probably one of the best Stanley Cups that I'd seen in years. In years, Howie. And Duncan Keith gets the Conn Smythe. So congrats to him.
Yeah, it was. It's you type just Chicago Bears Stanley Cup and it's the first thing that pops up.
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, so I already have it on my end.
There you go.
Let's see. Save image. It won't let me save the image. What the hell?
So yeah, so Chicago, Howie, they win their 3rd cup in 6 seasons, and all the talk has been is the Chicago Blackhawks considered now a dynasty, which this all kind of started when Bettman mentioned it as he was handing out the cup, that they are now a dynasty. Do you agree with that assumption?
Well,
Or what do you consider a dynasty?
that's what I was going to say. What constitutes
Right.
a dynasty?
I don't think the Chicago Blackhawks winning 3 in 6 years.
I think they would have to at least equal at a minimum of what the Islanders did.
I agree with that. I think Islanders were a dynasty at that point. I think Montreal was a dynasty.
Yeah. Montreal wasn't even. I wouldn't even consider them a dynasty. They're more of a legend. I mean,
Well, yeah. But yeah, what a perfect example I think is what the New York Islanders did. I would consider them a dynasty. Now, can you
Yeah, I mean,
compare
to me, the last dynasties to me were Montreal, Edmonton, and the Isles.
Edmonton? Edmonton's another one I would consider having a dynasty
Yeah,
at that time.
but the only one, no, I would think at a minimum you need to have 4 cups.
Successive,
Yeah,
or at least,
and repetitive,
yeah, yeah,
not staggered out that much. I wouldn't really consider that.
yeah. I
Granted, they've
agree.
been
I
to the
would
conference finals during those 6 years as
yeah,
well,
yeah. Now,
but
I consider Chicago very good and very well managed team.
yes,
A dynasty, I have a hard time putting them in that category
I would agree.
yet, as of now.
I would agree. I would agree, and I think, and I think part of it, and if they can, I mean, if they can turn around and win next year, then
Hmm.
yes, at that point, I would probably consider them a dynasty. But at this
Hmm.
point, right now,
Yeah,
no, I think they're on that edge,
I think so too. And I
but they're
agree.
not
I
there.
think if they can win it next year,
Which, which is an accomplishment itself, because with the way the league works now, and as much as players are being moved around consistently, that's an achievement in itself.
yeah, yeah,
Because you just don't have teams sticking together like they used to.
right.
So if the Kings could pull off a couple more cups, they would be considered. I mean, they've had the same lineup for a few years now,
Yeah,
but they just haven't had the success as Chicago.
yeah. But the Kings would have to win at least a couple more cups in a row now
Yes,
for me to consider them having a dynasty. They would have to do it now.
yeah,
Chicago would have to have one more Stanley Cup win,
right.
like next year.
And two with Chicago, if I remember correctly, yeah, actually, yeah, I would actually Chicago to me actually would have to not win just one more cup, but at least two, because of the one cup that was won in the shortened season.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Because to me, that's
They didn't play the full season.
right. That's one of those asterisk ones. I wouldn't count that because that's not a full regular season.
I gotcha. Yep, yep. I would agree with that.
So they need at least two,
Yep.
two more cup wins.
Hmm.
Unless they can put together a good music video, then maybe I might throw them in there.
Well, maybe they can get together with the Chicago Bears since they also
like
won the
like
cup.
right now, the Washington Castle are a dynasty of world team tennis
Their dynasty.
because I think they've won the last 4 or 5 2 week seasons.
Wow.
Yeah,
They are a dynasty.
yeah, they're the next Montreal Canadiens.
Oh, okay.
I would actually compare the Washington Castle with the Montreal Canadiens.
Hmm. So they won it last year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they've won like the last 4 or 5.
Hmm. I know we had mentioned it, but I couldn't
Yeah.
remember who it
Why does
was.
that keep popping up like that? What the hell is going on with my phone? What is this?
All right. So So we've got the draft coming up now, Howie.
Yeah, that will be next week.
Yep, the
Which I don't
26th
know.
and 27th.
Did we want to do a show next week after that? Or no, that would be before because it would be Friday before.
Right. We now go to after today. We will have a show 2 weeks from today.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Do we want to do a show next week as a precursor to the draft?
I don't know.
We'll have to toss it around. So there may or may not be a show next week.
Okay.
We shall see.
Yep, we shall see. So we have the draft, and I was reading an article in the Hockey News about the top 10 candidates at the 2015, or the top 10 trade candidates at the 2015 NHL draft. Trade candidates.
Well, I could probably tell you number one because it's the one I've been seeing the most the last couple weeks is Phil Kessel.
Well, on the list, Phil Kessel is number 8.
8?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they just randomly numbered, or are they numbered in?
I don't think they are randomly numbered.
Okay, so
I think it goes
to the list because I would be curious to see
Yeah,
who
I
else
think
is
it
on
goes from the easiest to get to the hardest because of contractual things.
Okay, so it's not necessarily the most.
No, I think it's most accessible.
Accessible. Okay, not most popular player to be
Right, I don't think it's the most popular.
Okay.
Number 10 was Eric Stahl.
Okay, I have seen his name out there, but it was just a brief little blip.
Yep. Number 9 was Rick Nash.
I have seen him.
Then Phil Kessel.
Okay.
Then Keith.
I wouldn't mind. I would like to see Minnesota pick up Nash. I wouldn't mind that, but I don't know what I'd give up for that though.
Yeah, I don't know.
See, I wonder too, because I mean, how cheap? Like, because I know with Nash and what the Rangers got with the salary cap, they might have to let him go fairly cheap.
Yeah, it says here that he's right now eating up $7.8 million of their cap.
Yeah, they're gonna have to let him go fairly cheap. I mean, you can probably get away with maybe some prospects and a couple draft picks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So number 8 was Kessel. Number 7 was Keith Yandel.
Really?
Yeah. Number 6 was T.J. Oshie. Number 5 was Cam Talbot, another Ranger.
Oshie I've seen out there before. Oshie I've seen rumors about him during the playoffs, actually. So that would be another interesting one. I'd be surprised if St. Louis let him go. Is that one just solely based on salary cap?
He's a $4.175 million cap hit. It just mentions the cap hit and stuff.
I can imagine they'd get rid of him.
So then Cam Talbot was number 5. Number 4 was Ryan O'Reilly from Colorado.
I saw that one. Talbot, I saw that one too.
Number 3 was Brian Bickle.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 was Craig Anderson or Robin Lehner. And number 1 was Patrick Sharp.
Interesting.
And then they have some honorable mentions in here. Carl Lettner, Evangi Malkin, highly unlikely.
Yeah.
Jacob Markstrom, Fanoof.
Yeah, Panouf, I've seen his name out there too.
So
Those are some very interesting names, though. So this next week could get interesting.
yeah, yeah.
There might be some
We
big
should
names getting swapped early on
yeah,
before free agency. So this will be interesting.
yeah. So I don't know. Maybe we do a show. I don't know. We'll see. Uh, it could be interesting. But we can post those on our website. If we don't, we can at least post what we find out
Yeah,
on the website.
yeah. I think. I mean, even the list of free agencies that are going to be available. I think this is going to be a very interesting off season.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of teams are going to have a very different look at the beginning of next season.
Yeah, I'm expecting the Kings to do some moving. Um, I,
Yeah, and I expect, I expect, I wouldn't be surprised if Arizona just basically dismantles the entire team. I I wouldn't be surprised if they got rid of traded Smith, even. I
well,
think because of the
another
financial
team that's doing
situation, yeah, with the financial situation that they're in, this is their last, more than likely their last season in Arizona. I think they're just going to completely dismantle this team and just let
well.
the season go and just
Another team that's kind of doing that same thing as far as total rebuilds is Carolina,
yeah,
going through a total rebuild.
yeah. I think, well, I don't think Arizona's not even a rebuild. This is going to be basically almost a
Do or die.
shut it down mode.
We'll see. We'll see what you know. There might be a lot of teams that can get some good stuff out of there if that's what they decide to do.
Oh yeah, I mean they still got a lot of good players down there. I think that's why they're. I think they're just gonna it's gonna be a fire sale.
Hmm.
It's gonna be one of those 2 day liquidation things, and
So, are you expecting to see a very, very young team out there playing next year?
yeah, very young. I'm probably looking at, I don't know, Squirts or Bantam team to be out there next year.
Squirts. Mighty Mites. Some of the Mighty Mites.
But no, yeah, I expect them to be very young.
Hmm.
I could see them getting, dumping Mike Smith. They'll
Yeah.
trade him. Who else they got on their squad right now? Because I mean, I gotta look up what their roster is. Because
They have
I could see them just completely dismantling the whole system. I almost put on the list.
Bodker, Shane Doan, Hansel.
Um, with Doan,
I mean,
I
yeah, I don't know what any of their contracts are saying. That's what you need to look at.
yeah, but I think even with their contract, if they have a no trade clause, they're going to be stuck with them. I don't
Right.
know if Doan has that or not.
Ekman Larson.
They could get rid of him. They may keep Doan because I mean he's almost like the identity. Well, I think, I mean, hell, I mean this could be Doan's last season.
Well, yeah, he's been around for a while.
So I wouldn't be surprised if he did retire at the end of the season.
Yeah. Well, he's 38 years old, something like that.
I'm not exactly sure what his age is, but
He's up
up there.
there.
I know that.
He's getting close to 40 now. So
Yeah, but I think they would probably hang on to him. I know they. I mean, I think that would be one of those, depending on what his contract is,
Mm-hmm.
it might be one of those situations where they sit down with him and say, look, this is what we're looking at doing. What do you want? We could try and get you to a cup contender so you can win now. Otherwise, I mean, we're completely dismantling this organization. There is no future here. We're bringing in nuts on wheels.
Nuts. Oh man. All right, Howie. I think we're going to wrap it up here.
Yeah, they got Martin Erat.
Yeah, they've got some guys that are gonna. We'll have to see what happens next week. We may or may not have a show. We want to thank everybody that's been downloading and listening to our podcast and watching us on YouTube. If you are watching us on YouTube, you can subscribe right down there below Howie over there by chart.
One of these sides, I don't know which one.
It's that one right over there.
This one? No, this one.
Yeah, there you go. That one right there.
This one.
And subscribe. Thank you all for listening. You can catch us at www.thepuckdropseries.com. Check out our podcast page. You can catch all our previous podcasts on there. And send us a tweet, Instagram, like us on Facebook, Google Plus, or just about everywhere. Send us an email at johnandhowie@thepuckdropseries.com. And I want to thank Howie. Howie, thanks for doing this. We've done a whole year now, and it's been awesome, man. I can't think of anybody better to do it with. So, you the man. You the man. My little brother.
Well, I think next season, hopefully we'll get. We got some things planned, so
yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Hopefully improve the show more than what's going on right now. So we'll see what happens, and once again, I'll be in another studio here, hopefully in the next 2 months. 2 months, I believe.
Yep. And if we don't do our show next week, it's because we are moving to that every other week off-season thing now. It kind of gives us a break, and there's really not a whole lot of hockey news usually in the off-season, so we go every other week.
Yeah, but just so you know, but we will be bringing you the wild and crazy action of World Team Tennis.
Yeah, we'll be there.
We'll be there for that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we'll be back there for that.
Just settle down and calm down. We'll have that for you.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see you in a couple weeks. If we don't see you before then, thank you all for listening, and we bid you all adieu.
Go Lobsters.